Hi guys, welcome to the channel. As technology, machinery, and methods have steadily improved over time, the size and scope of what builders can create has rapidly accelerated. The world's largest projects under construction today span the globe and even beyond. So, in today's video, we will be showing you mega upcoming transportation projects. Without further ado, let's begin. Brightline. Brightline is a privately run intercity railroad route between Miami and West Palm Beach, Florida. Brightline began operating over its current route in January 2018, and the company is currently building an extension to the Orlando International Airport, which is expected to enter service in 2022. As of August 2020, it is the only privately owned and operated intercity passenger railroad in the United States. The line was developed starting in March 2012 as All Aboard Florida by Florida East Coast Industries, a Florida real estate developer owned by Fortress Investment Group. Construction began in November 2014 on stations and improvements to tracks owned by the Florida East Coast Railway, which at the start of construction was also owned by Fortress. It was sold in January 2018. In late 2018, it was announced that Virgin Group would become a minority investor in the railroad and would provide rights to rebrand the service as Virgin Trains USA. In August 2020, they reverted to the Brightline name, ending the branding deal, claiming that Virgin had not provided the agreed investment money. In 2012, Florida East Coast Industries, FECI, announced plans to operate passenger rail services between Miami and Orlando. The construction was projected at the time to be $1.5 billion. In March 2013, All Aboard Florida applied for a $1.6 billion Railroad Rehabilitation and Improvement Financing (RRIF) loan, which was administered by the Federal Railroad Administration, and in late 2014, the company applied for a $1.75 billion private activity bond allocation, with proceeds from the bond sale substantially reducing or replacing entirely the amount of the RRIF loan request. The company received a finding of no significant impact from the Federal Railroad Association in January 2013, effectively clearing the way for work to begin between Miami and West Palm Beach. The final environmental impact statement was released on August 4, 2015. By the beginning of 2015, the company had started site work at the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach stations, plus right-of-way improvements along stretches of the corridor. On November 10, 2015, All Aboard Florida announced that the services would operate under the name Brightline. Services between Miami and West Palm Beach began on May 19, 2018. In September 2018, Brightline acquired Express West, a private company that intends to connect Las Vegas with South California via Victorville, California. Brightline announced the intent to purchase 38 acres of land near the Las Vegas Strip for a station and following the Interstate 15 corridor from Las Vegas to Southern California. In November 2018, it was announced that Virgin Group would become a minority investor in the railroad and would provide rights to rebrand the service as Virgin Trains USA. Two key counties on the coastal route north of the West Palm Beach station have, for various reasons, been fighting the extension of the railroad line Rough Martin and Indian River counties in court. One of their objections is that Brightline is owned by a private corporation, so they should not be allowed to issue tax-exempt bonds as if they were a municipality. On December 24, 2018, after 4 years of legal battles, a federal district judge threw out the suit by Indian River County that claimed the U.S. Department of Transportation improperly approved the bond allocation, clearing the way for construction of the new railroad corridor through the Treasure Coast and Space Coast. On October 5, 2020, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear the appeal of that decision, ending Indian River County's efforts to stymie development. The county's efforts at the Supreme Court hearing were financed with over $200,000 in private donations in addition to over $4 million in county funds. Orlando International Airport Intermodal Terminal. The Orlando International Airport Intermodal Terminal, or South Airport Intermodal Terminal, is an intermodal transit complex under construction at the Orlando International Airport in Orlando, Florida. The new station, which is partially being funded by the Florida Department of Transportation, will serve as the Orlando station for the Brightline Intercity Rail Service, which will connect Orlando International Airport to downtown Miami via the Florida East Coast Railway. That terminal building and the adjacent parking garage opened on November 17, 2017, while work on the train terminal continues. The facility is connected to the main airport terminal roughly a mile to the north via an automated people mover (APM) system. The facility mostly reuses plans from the proposed Florida high-speed rail system. In that plan, the Orlando International Airport Station was to be the northern terminus of the initial Tampa to Orlando route along Interstate 4. The plan was effectively canceled when Florida Governor Rick Scott announced he would reject federal funding for the project. The Greater Orlando Aviation Authority had already invested considerably to accommodate the station and high-speed rail line, such as the extra length of the South Taxiway bridges over the Southern Airport Access Road, which will now be used by Brightline. As part of the $684 million intermodal complex, the Airport Authority has also built a 2,400-space parking garage. The Sunrail commuter rail line is also considering a 5.5-mile (8.9 kilometer) extension to the airport terminal. The extension would travel 3.5 miles (5.6 kilometers) from the existing Sunrail line along an Orlando Utilities Commission rail spur, which runs along the southern border of the airport's property. The route is exclusively used by coal trains to serve the Curtis H. Stanton Energy Center in eastern Orange County. From there, two options are currently under consideration. One plan would have Sunrail trains branch north off the existing OUC line and onto the new 2-mile (3.2 kilometer) spur that would terminate at the planned South Airport Intermodal Terminal. The second option being explored would be to build a transfer station along the OUC line where passengers would transfer from Sunrail trains onto light rail trains that would run along a dedicated 2-mile line between transfer and airport stations. In addition to Brightline and Sunrail, the station might also serve one of two proposed rail connections to International Drive. There were plans for an elevated maglev train system, but those were scrapped in 2015. The current plan is for a light rail line that would most likely connect the airport with the Orange County Convention Center, Florida Mall, and the Sands Lake Road Sunrail station before reaching International Drive. Osceola Parkway Extension. In April 2017, CFX began conducting concept, feasibility, and mobility studies on the unbuilt Osceola County Express Authority (OCX) master plan project. The goal was to determine which, if any, met CFX requirements for viability and funding. On March 8, 2018, the Central Florida Expressway Authority (CFX) presented the outcome to the concept, feasibility, and mobility studies for the Osceola Parkway extension. The objective of this study was to address congestion, plan for population growth, and identify options to connect I-4, State Road 429, and Florida's Turnpike in Osceola, Orange, and Polk counties. More than 40 people provided public comment during the CFX board meeting. The CFX board approved advancing the Osceola Parkway extension to the next study phase called Project Development and Environment (PD&E) for further analysis. Each of these corridor studies involved community input with more than 1,300 people attending 6 public workshops, where they offered more than 630 comments. Part of the community input process included 10 environmental and project advisory group meetings and nearly 60 stakeholder meetings. CFX will next begin the PD&E study phase later this year. The timeframe for the Osceola Parkway Extension PD&E study is 9 to 12 months. Public involvement and community engagement will continue to be a crucial component. The study corridor of the proposed Osceola Parkway extension begins approximately 1 mile west of the Boggy Creek Road and Osceola Parkway intersections and extends eastward along the Orange/Osceola County line for approximately 6 miles before turning south into Osceola County to meet the northern terminus of the proposed Northeast Connector Expressway. The project also includes a potential north-south segment linking to State Road 417 in the general vicinity of the Boggy Creek Road interchange. The goals of this proposed new limited access facility include providing for additional east-west capacity within the project area, enhancing mobility of the area's growing population and economy, relieving congestion on local roads, providing for the incorporation of transit options, and promoting regional connectivity. If you are enjoying the video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos just like this. Wekiva Parkway Project. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation and the Central Florida Expressway Authority, CFX, formerly the Orlando Orange County Expressway Authority, thank you for your interest in the Wekiva Parkway design and construction projects. The Wekiva Parkway, State Road 429, is a cooperative effort between these agencies and the Florida Turnpike Enterprise. The Wekiva Parkway, SR 429, will connect to SR 417, completing the beltway around Central Florida while helping to protect the natural resources surrounding the Wekiva River. The estimated $1.6 billion project includes $500 million of non-toll road improvements, including widening 7 miles of SR 46 in Lake and Seminole counties, rebuilding the US 441/SR 46 interchange in Mount Dora, shifting the CR 46A connection to SR 46 so wildlife can move more safely between habitats. The 25-mile tolled expressway will provide travel alternatives and relieve US 441, SR 46, and other area roads of traffic congestion resulting from growth in travel between Orange, Lake, and Seminole counties. Authorized in 2004 by the Wekiva Parkway and Protection Act, Chapter 369, Part 3, FS, this expressway has been heralded as a shining example of transportation planning through an environmentally sensitive area. Development of the Wekiva Parkway has included setting aside more than 3,400 acres of land for conservation. The parkway also will include numerous wildlife bridges and will be largely elevated to reduce accidents between vehicles and wildlife. Sunrail expansion. Polk County may be a future target for Sunrail expansion, among other growth projects for the commuter rail system. U.S. Rep. Darren Soto, D. Florida, mentioned the county as a potential area for the growth of the system during a June 2nd Orlando Economic Partnership event. Other targets for future investment would be the addition of weekend services and connectivity through a location like the Meadowwoods Sunrail Station with Intercity Rail System Brightline, which is more than halfway completed on a 170-mile expansion from West Palm Beach to Orlando International Airport. The talk comes as the investment into the system could draw development in areas where there is a station. If you look at a place like Washington, D.C., you can see clusters of development from the plane when you fly in. That's where the metro stations are. The investment came over a period of 20 to 30 years. Soto said there are some places where development like new apartments and houses are going up near Sunrail stations, such as the stop near Tupperware Brands Corp., NYSE TUP headquarters, and federal infrastructure dollars may play a role in making those projects a reality. A timetable to pursue those projects was not revealed. Soto previously said in 2019 that the goal would be to expand the service as far as Lakeland, including cities like Davenport and Haines City along the way. FDOT has not yet made official plans to expand the system to Polk County yet, but the organization said through a spokeswoman that building a strong transit network would be key for the region to have a successful transportation system. Improving those connections would be giving more people access to jobs they may not be able to reach otherwise, along with avoiding congestion, Giuliani said. No concrete plans for Brightline Station in Polk County, at least not yet. So guys, let me know down in the comments section below, which mega project is going to make our lives easier? For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.